Customers and investors alike love the iPhone trend that has been dominant since 2007, although they have different reasons to enjoy Apple products. Loyal iPhone users have emotional ties to the brand and cannot imagine living without it. Investors relish the residual effect this has on the bottom line of the company's income statement. The popularity of the iPhone has become a widespread phenomenon in the business world, and customers and investors reap the benefits of the brand every day. The illusion of status plays a big role in the iPhone craze. Many iPhone owners see the Apple brand as a status symbol. Since it is expensive and a new version is released nearly every year, an iPhone can make consumers seem high-tech and trendy. They must have the newest technology, which makes the price of the iPhone 4 plummet with the introduction of the iPhone 5. Like a BMW or a Coach handbag, an iPhone is a costly accessory that will make your friends jealous if they do not have one. Apple has one of the largest fan bases among world-renowned brand names. Their brand loyalty is unparalleled in the marketplace. Once a consumer buys an iPhone, he or she is not likely to switch to another brand. When millions of people joined iTunes in the early 2000s, they became hooked on Apple products. It was an easy transition from iPods to iPhones to iPads. Although the iPhone trend is often under fire, many iPhone owners defend their purchase choice with the functionality of the phone. Apple created the first smartphone with a touch screen and applications. It was unlike any other technology on the market. With an iPhone, users could stay connected on Facebook, MySpace, and the internet 24/7. Features like Siri make iPhones even more interactive and useful today.
Hey Siri, give me a Lyft ride to LAX.
Lyft can get you a lift in 60 seconds.
Investors love iPhone for a different reason. They understand that brand-loyal consumers will continue to buy the latest Apple releases, even if they don't know why. Our culture has embraced the idea that owning the newest iPhone version first makes someone cool or popular. This has created a sort of competition among customers who want to have the latest and greatest iPhone before anyone else. For this reason, Apple brings in billions of dollars in sales every time it releases a new version with slight modifications. Investors receive a portion of these sales through dividends and stock price increases. As you can see, both consumers and investors love the iPhone craze. Both groups benefit from its popularity, and it seems that every party wins. How Apple revolutionized the personal computer, mobile phone, music, animation, and many more industries through innovation it's truly remarkable. But nothing was the same as today. Apple has been through failures, tough times, and struggles just like any other success story. Story of the foundation and founding members of Apple way cooler than the iPhone. Stephen Paul Jobs was an American entrepreneur, industrial designer, business magnate, media proprietor, and investor. He was the co-founder, chairman, and CEO of Apple, the chairman and majority shareholder of Pixar, a member of the Walt Disney Company's board of directors following its acquisition of Pixar, and the founder, chairman, and CEO of Next. He is widely recognized as a pioneer of the personal computer revolution of the 1970s and 1980s, along with his early business partner and fellow Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak. Jobs was born in San Francisco to a Syrian father and German-American mother. He was adopted shortly after his birth. Jobs attended Reed College in 1972 before withdrawing that same year. In 1974, he traveled through India seeking enlightenment and studying Zen Buddhism. He and Wozniak co-founded Apple in 1976 to sell Wozniak's Apple I personal computer. Together the duo gained fame and wealth a year later with production and sale of the Apple II, one of the first highly successful mass-produced microcomputers. Jobs saw the commercial potential of the Xerox Alto in 1979, which was mouse-driven and had a graphical user interface. This led to the development of the unsuccessful Apple Lisa in 1983, followed by the breakthrough Macintosh in 1984, the first mass-produced computer with a GUI. The Macintosh introduced the desktop publishing industry in 1985 with the addition of the Apple LaserWriter, the first laser printer to feature vector graphics. In 1985, Jobs was forced out of Apple after a long power struggle with the company's board and its then CEO, John Sculley. That same year, Jobs took a few Apple employees with him to found Next, a computer platform development company that specialized in computers for higher education and business markets. In addition, he helped to develop the visual effects industry when he funded the computer graphics division of George Lucas's Lucasfilm in 1986. The new company was Pixar, which produced the first 3D computer animated feature film Toy Story, 1995, and went on to become a major animation studio, producing over 25 films since. In 1997, Jobs returned to Apple as CEO after the company's acquisition of Next. He was largely responsible for reviving Apple, which was on the verge of bankruptcy. He worked closely with English designer Jony Ive to develop a line of products that had larger cultural ramifications, beginning with the Think Different advertising campaign and leading to the Apple Store, App Store, iOS, iMac, iPad, iPod, iPhone, iTunes, and iTunes Store. In 2001, the original Mac OS was replaced with the completely new Mac OS X, now known as Mac OS, based on Next's Next Step platform, giving the operating system a modern Unix-based foundation for the first time. In 2003, Jobs was diagnosed with a pancreatic neuroendocrine tumor. He died of respiratory arrest related to the tumor on October 5, 2011, at the age of 56. In 2022, he was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
The co-founder of Apple, he created one of the most important companies in history, bringing computing into homes and phones and revolutionizing our way of life.
Original iPhone. Steve Jobs's and our most favorite Apple product iPhone first appeared on June 7, 2010. The original iPhone was the thing that started it all for modern smartphones. While there were smartphones before it, they were nothing like Apple's iPhone that trumped them with its radically bigger screen, innovative multi-touch interface, and the first on-screen keyboard that actually worked well. It was the ultimate Apple 3-in-1. But while Apple thought of the original iPhone as a phone first, iPod second and a communicator third, it's interesting how most people would probably rank the communicator aspect as what makes the iPhone and smartphone special. The list of breakthrough innovations in the original iPhone is so long and there is so much history behind each of them that a video won't be enough to properly describe it, but here is a very short summary. The original iPhone had a 3.5-inch display with a resolution of 320 by 480 pixels and iOS, a new multi-touch interface controlled entirely by your finger, 2G internet connectivity with native email client and web browser, a 2-megapixel photo camera with no video recording capabilities, ambient light sensor, proximity sensor, on-screen keyboard, with 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB storage models. YouTube and Google Maps applications, Google Search, iPod music and video player with support for iTunes.
This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years.
The pair sold like hotcakes. It was a huge success for iPhone and for Apple. Then Apple never looked back. Apple released upgraded and modest iPhones pretty much every year since. Its latest release is the iPhone 14. Apple introduced 4 new iPhones at the same time. Apple killed the mini from its iPhone quartet and replaced it with the total opposite, a large 6.7 iPhone 14 Plus. Thus, the fall 2022 iPhone lineup shapes up to consist of an $800 iPhone 14, a $900 iPhone 14 Plus, a $1,000 iPhone 14 Pro and a $1,100 iPhone 14 Pro Max. And for the first time ever, the non-Pro versions stick with mostly the same Apple A15 processor used in the previous generation, while only the Pro editions get the new Apple A16 chip. The design remains mostly the same on the regular version, but there are bigger changes on the Pros. The notch is being replaced by a pill-shaped camera module called the Dynamic Island that is alive. It bubbles and pops with notifications and alerts, and is just so well animated and fluid, and such a clever idea. And yes, it still supports Face ID. The other big news is that the Pro models get an upgrade to a larger sensor, 48 megapixels main camera. Cinematic mode now works in 4K too, and supports both 24 FPS and 30 FPS. Battery life and charging speeds, however, have not changed. After giving some of the greatest, innovative and revolutionary products to the world, Apple didn't just set the benchmark for what a product should be, it changed our lives and it changed how we live with technology. And we hope in the future Apple will bring more and more innovative and revolutionary products, and we hopeful that it'll make our life easier and it'll push humanity further. Which product from Apple do you like the most? Let us know in the comment. If you found this video informative, so please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Have a great day.